sometimes it is easy to get caught in the mind, to get caught in the story and in the fear of what may be or how things shall turn out. And in the processing of that and in the living beyond the presence of the now, there is a rising of fear. And we have been talking a lot lately, and we are not wanting to be repetitive, but although you are aware of the starseed grid that is being built by many of you, you know that there are multiple and infinite grids around the planet, including the one that is in the vibration of fear. And the reason that we are harping on the vibration of fear is because in the willingness to face it and allow it to have its life and to begin to transmute itself, you begin to elevate beyond it. And as you elevate beyond it, you begin to wipe away the heaviness and the darkness and the remembering as the light begins to shine through. And so it is that Saint Germain's process in this is supporting you with an old and ancient flame. And when you think of it as the perfect balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, of the blue and the red as it moves together to create this beautiful violet flame of love. And this flame is beyond something you can understand. And although you have been taught in the world in which you were born into this collective thinking that if you do not understand something or see something that it is not true, that that in itself comes from a place of fear and an unwillingness to surrender to something beyond the parameters of the idea of what you think through the small self. And so it is that this flame has been lit beyond times in which you can know, other than moving into the Akashic records and the deep remembering of time lost past, that of the great Lemurian civilizations of Atlantis and so on. And during this time, there was a conscious choice and decision to allow the violet flame to remain lit. And in that, many beings have been holding that vibration for all of you. But what we are asking now is for you to begin to become acquainted with it, to utilize it, to work with it daily, to invoke it daily, to be conscious and aware of it. Because in the willingness and the courage that you find within self to transmute, to release, to distill these stagnant energies, you become lighter and higher in your own vibration, being a guide and support to us where it is that we are, that you may place in front of you a hand to help another in need. And as that occurs together collectively in a unified, conscious way, that you are directing your intention toward love, healing within you and others will occur. And so do not turn your back on one in need. Do not choose to burrow yourself in a hole, but begin to be willing and open, if you are cleared enough to do so, to open to the remembering that in your own clearing, you have the space to be of service. And although many of you are not in a place right now to be of service, other then to service to self and a willingness to love self, to know that you are worthy, to know that you are worthy of love. But others of you have processed beyond that in a willingness to recognize your own divinity, and through that work, have a little extra in your cup to be service to another. And many of those coming into your human experience, perhaps that may appear to be very dense, are aspects of self seeking to be cleared, are aspects of part of self in which contracted in your experience to come into your reality at this time because you have the awareness and the capability to do so.